All right, moving on to number 4. This says the stem and leaf plot shows the number of miles students ran during the month of August. Use this data to find the 5-number summary and create a box and whisker plot. All right, so a good idea might be to start off creating a list with this set. Obviously, in order to do that, we need to be able to read a box and whisker, or read a stem and leaf plot. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, it looks like the key is showing us that 1/4 equals 14. That means that the stem represents the tens place and the leaf represents the ones place. So let's create our values based on that. All right, looks like my first value is going to be 5. I'm going to check that off. Then 7, then 12, 14, and 18, then 20, 21, 25, and 27, and 33. All right, that is our set. And we can easily start off with the minimum and maximum since those are pretty easy, right? I know my minimum is going to be that first number, 5. My maximum is going to be that last number, 33. And now we can move on to the quartiles. All right, so my advice is always to start with quartile 2 because then we're going to know how the data is split. So in this case, let's find our middle. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And it looks like we can see clearly that we end up with 2 values in the middle. All right, so we're finding quartile 2 right now. Of course, we need to find the value right in between those. So how are we going to do that? We're going to need to find the mean. So I'm going to take 18, and I'm going to add 20 to it. That's going to give me a total of 38. And then I'm going to have to divide by 2 since I'm just talking about those 2 values. And that's going to give me 19. I want to ask myself if that's reasonable. Does it make sense that 19 is in between 18 and 20? It sure does, so we can move on. All right, this is where, since we have an even number in our set, we're going to split it right in half. So the whole side to the left is going to be used for quartile 1, and then the whole side to the right is going to be used for quartile 3. All right, so once again, we're going to find the middle values. So in this case, I'm just going to list the numbers up here so I can show my work really clearly. So I'm going to do that up here for quartile 1. I have the values 5, 7, 12, 14, and 18. And I'm going to find the middle. 1, 1, 2, 2. Oh, and look at that. I have 1 right in the middle, and it's 12. And so I am just going to, once again, box my answer, make it clear. My quartile 1 would be 12. And I'm going to do the same thing with quartile 3. Once again, guys, I don't just want to see numbers. I need to see clear work to know how you got these quartile values. So I'm going to do the same thing on quartile 3. I'm going to list 20, 21, 25, 27, and 33. Oh, I don't know how that changed mid-sentence. All right, and then I'm going to find the middle now. So 1, 1, 2, 2. Once again, a clear middle, yay, no more extra work for me. My quartile 3 is 25. All right, at this point, we have all 5 values, the min, Q1, Q2, Q3, and the max, so we can make our box and whisker plot. Of course, we're going to want to start off is creating a scale that makes sense with this problem. So our data ranges from 5 to 33, so we should have all of those values included on our scale. I'm going to go by 5s. That would make sense. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And I only need to go up to 35 since that would incorporate all of my values. And now I'm going to roughly plot where they would be. So obviously 5 would be right there on the 5. Quartile 1 is 12. That would be right about in between 10 and 15. I have 19, which would be right before 20, about right here. 25, that's right on the dot on 25. And then 33, that would be in between, more towards the 35. All right, all we do is we put a line through all of those, and then remember the ones with a box around them are the quartiles. Put a tile around the quartiles. That's part of who they are. They need that tile to feel like themselves. And that is it. Remember, each portion of our box and whisker plot represents 25%. So if I were to ask you a question about what percent of students ran 25 miles or more, I could see there that it's only one from one dot to another, so that'd be 25%. Okay, each from one dot to the next represents 25%. All right, that is how we create a box and